what else pisses me off? What I was saying earlier, we were talking about it. This Biden age thing is starting to get on my nerves, especially when, and we talked about this last week, and we're going to talk about it again this week. The cognitive issues seem to be coming from the guy who's 4 years younger than the guy who is 4 years older. I saw President Biden today, at the UAW strike, and he was on the picket line, first president ever to, or in a century, I think it was, to do that. And I heard him speak, and sounded fine to me. Yeah. Donald Trump spoke recently again. This is fresh off of him thinking he beat Obama. And again, it wasn't a mistake because he said his name 3 times. He said Obama's name 3 times in a 60-second clip. He thought Joe Biden was going to start World War II, which I think we have already determined that has already happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There was I think there was one other one, but here's another doozy from Donald Trump at one of his.
Oh, you have a clip?
Hey, damn right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna clip this sumbitch up and listen to Donald Trump fuck up again. Here we go.
4 months before the season starts, we start in Iowa, we go to New Hampshire, we come down here. You know, the beauty was when I came here, everyone thought Bush was going to win. And then they took a poll and they found out Trump was up by about 50 points. Everyone said, what's going on right here? They thought Bush, because Bush supposedly was a military person. Great. You know what? He was a military. He got us into the Middle East. How did that work out, right? But they all thought that Bush might win. Jeb. Remember Jeb? He used the word Jeb. He didn't use the word Bush. I said, you mean he's ashamed of the last name? And then they immediately started using the name Bush. Never forget it. But we came here.
So he thought he was running against his brother George, or he thinks that Jeb was the president at some point and got us into the war in the Middle East.
And the audience just doesn't know because they're just.
I think some of them even sound good. Some of them, it's almost funny. They're almost like, hi.
They probably got a little confused, like, huh? Right. But they'll never, it doesn't.
No.
It just doesn't matter. It's so funny because I wrote down some of his greatest hits.
Oh, thank you. I love this.
Trump suggested raking forest floors to help prevent fires. Trump said a hurricane was one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
That was a time when he was the president of the United States, by the way, leading the country.
Trump said wind turbine noise caused cancer. Trump stared at the sun during an eclipse. Remember that?
100%.
Trump pronounced the national park Yosemite as Yosemite.
Yosemite. And he said it twice. Yosemite. Yosemite. Yep.
Trump had a note reminding himself to say, I hear you when meeting with mass shooting victims, because he had the note where we could see.
I remember that.
Trump drew on a hurricane map with a Sharpie.
So basically what you're saying is this show has the potential to go 3 hours tonight. Give us some more, because this is.
He's like really smart and a very stable genius.
Yeah.
One more. Trump, let's see. Hold one more. All right, there's one more.
Take your time. By the way, while you're looking that up, in the same rally that he said going back to the windmill thing, he said that the windmill are killing the whales.
The whales.
Yeah.
The whales. It's killing the whales. I got out of here. So, I don't know. He's a stable genius, man. Remember, he took the cognitive test.
Yeah.
Man, woman, TV, whatever.
And he said that the doctor told him he's never seen anything like it. Nobody's ever passed this incredible test that a 7-year-old could pass. He thought that was like he thought it was an IQ test.
Yeah.
It was a test, a cognitive test is what it was.
I mean, no shade. I'm happy when I remember stuff too. I'm just like, oh, should I remember that?
You don't call yourself a genius.
Yeah,
You're like,
that is
thank
true.
God I remembered it. My mind's not totally gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are we doing? First of all, I thought we fucking got rid of this guy the last time, and he's back. This is like a Friday the 13th where Jason just keeps coming back over and over and over again with that stupid mask.
Is he the only president that lost, ex-president, and then came
Run
back
again?
Yeah.
You know what? There might have been one in the early history, in the recent history that has not happened.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
serve
usually
one
they just
term
kind of
and
go
then-
off into the sunset. But also,
Yeah.
too, once you lose, there kind of is no coming back from that. It's kind of like your used goods in a way. But
Right. And that's the interesting thing about the polls. And I think we talked about it. Like, he already lost. He's not gaining an electorate at all. They're
Yeah.
not trying to get an electorate. They're not getting black and brown
Yep.
and people. So what electorate? The Latinos that he has, the Cubans or whatever, he'll get their little vote, but the vast majority is not voting for him. Independents that didn't vote for him before, no one's going back to him if they didn't vote for him, because he's even worse now.
100%. And first of all, again, the fact that we're talking about normalizing a guy that's he doesn't have one felony count. He doesn't have two. He doesn't have three. He doesn't have four. He's got, I can't even say it. He's got 91 felony counts, and there's more coming.
How is that even possible? That's 91 felony counts, a rapist and a fraudster.
And he may have illegally purchased a gun too recently.
Do you have that clip?
I don't.
I
know.
That clip was so weird and bizarre with him like holding it in his small little hands, and he's
what is
so
this?
Marjorie Taylor Greene just there like, they like you. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know what's happening. I mean, this is like we said earlier, there's a possibility this fucking guy could win.
Yeah.
And if he wins, it's not gonna be good. Although the savior is the Democrats have a decent chance of taking the House back. They have a good chance of taking the Senate back. But again, you never know. You never know what people are thinking. But again, as I try to settle my mind more and more with this, as you were talking about earlier, we do think a lot about what has happened since 2016. And since then, Donald Trump and candidates that are Donald Trump sycophants and far right-wing policies and far right-wing judges are not winning. They're just not winning.
Right.
And they're getting beat significantly.
Right.
So why would that change? I don't know. I don't know why that would change. But